Welcome back. Okay, so you know those funny messages you see on Utah freeways like, your car's not a phone booth, just drive? Those messages are gone, and they've actually been gone for a while now. And just this week, the federal government is jumping on board saying they're looking at banning them nationwide. ABC4's Kayla Baggerly is explaining why they're doing this.
UDOT says they actually began phasing out these funny messages around a year and a half ago. They say they like to think of creative ways to inform people, which is why they started the signs, but felt they ran their course.
Drowsy, crash on a couch, not a road. It's Columbus Day. Discover your turn signal. These are examples of some of the funny messages Utah drivers saw on their commute over the last few years.
A lot of the messages we hoped were funny and would cause people to think a little bit about those behaviors that we were trying to draw attention to.
John Gleason with UDOT says many reached out to them, saying how much they liked the signs.
The feedback that we'd received was incredibly positive.
Similar signs have been displayed in other states, but that's soon about to change. Recently, the Federal Highway Administration put out a manual listing changes to implement within 2 years for traffic control devices. One big change, they're telling states to get rid of certain messaging on their overhead electronic signs. They say that signs with obscure meanings and references to pop culture to be humorous can be misunderstood. UDOT says they had signs like this for about 7 years, but actually began phasing them out in October 2022, before this change was announced. Gleason says they were enjoyable when they had them, but it was time to move on.
You do want to make sure that it doesn't get stale, that it doesn't get to the point where it's overstayed its welcome. And we just felt that it had run its course. And we had done everything with those messages that we wanted to do. And we made the decision about a year and a half ago to cease those messages and really focus on those more immediate messages.
Going forward, the FHWA saying these electronic signs should be brief and only be used for important traffic warnings and information.
They say these signs should be used for warnings for things like crashes, traffic delays, and weather conditions. They say they can also be used for things like reminders for seatbelts and the dangers of drunk or drowsy driving. Reporting from Salt Lake City, Kayla Baggerly, ABC4 News.